Hello. Welcome to my event diaries. I remain your host, Anthony Shola Odiande, and this week, what should I talk about this week? There are plenty stories coming to mind. Plenty stories coming to mind, really. Let's talk about the first time ever I got fired from a job, and I had held that record for about 8 events. Because I get hired and I just go on. I had never gotten fired from a job before then, and I think now only twice now. That first experience, another one that I know I caused, and another one I left, another job I abandoned on purpose. But don't worry, you will get all these stories. But let's go back to the job where I first got fired. So now, I had finished school, and I wanted a kind of chill lifestyle. So I wanted to be domiciled in Ile-Ife, which is where I schooled. I went to Obafemi Awolowo University, Great Ife. So I'd wanted to be domiciled in Ife, but I'd wanted to be able to from Ife go to Lagos, go everywhere, for event gigs that I had. And of course, before then, I had gone as far as Abuja. I had done events in Abuja, I had done events in Jos, and of course I had done events in Lagos, by this time. So I wanted that chill lifestyle, and I was working towards it. And I tried for about a year, and it wasn't working. And I just knew if I really wanted to get serious about the events industry and my events career, as it were, I needed to really move to Lagos. So I did. Before I made the final move to Lagos, a relative had gotten me an event job, because she had spoken to someone about me, and the person said, okay, for the job, it was supposed to be, so the relative had linked me to the bride's auntie. So I had that first meeting with the bride's auntie and the father of the bride, and asked me questions and all, and they were pretty impressed. So they said, okay, you're going to do it. We're going to we'll link you with the bride, and then the bride will link you with the groom, etc. No wala. And for an event planner, your job a lot of times is to bridge the gap between both families. Sometimes you're doing a job and there's a visible gap, between those families. We'll talk about that in subsequent episodes, but let's get back to my story. So yes, and I started working with the bride, American school, prim and proper kind of person, well detailed, and I loved it. I loved, the way she worked and everything. Thank God for education, and I've been able to work with Excel and everything. We're doing all that. But I didn't realize that the real person to please, and I didn't know, and it was because of the distance of all of us, that the real person to please will be the mother of the groom. And even the bride was unhealthily obedient to the mother of the groom. Pardon my expression, but that was how it was. So I'd been working with the bride. She came in from the US, was in Port Harcourt with her fiance. We're communicating. I even communicated with the groom to be and everything. And so we're working out those details. It now came the day that I was to meet with them physically. And the bride had come into Lagos days before. The groom was coming in with his mother. They were to fly in, and before they went to the island, they decided to check the hall out on the mainland, somewhere in Alausa, one of those halls. Now, I was new in Lagos. I didn't even know Alausa well. And so they kept sending this address that was vague. I said, okay, don't worry, I'll find it myself. Mistake number one that I made is that I didn't show to impress. And yes, you might want to show to impress. You might want to show to impress the people who are going to hire you. I didn't. I was still coming with that vibes. I'll just get there, I will talk, use his mouth and everything. I didn't know that Lagos was another level, and that you you had to really show up to impress. I didn't know. So imagine me. In fact, before I came, I secured a 9-to-5. I can't remember when I secured the 9-to-5. So there was a 9-to-5 thing I was doing. And I had left work early, and I told my boss I needed to go show venues to some clients, and I had done that. And so by the time I got to the event, I had delayed them for about an hour. Sorry, in Brother Shaggy's voice, my bad. I had delayed them for about an hour, so I arrived to a very pissed set of people. But we apologized and everything. I sure knew that when I entered the reception, there was this woman, low cut, black, putting on skirts and some black, I don't know what she was. She was wearing some funny attire. I greeted her and everything. So I didn't even know what the gang. And so the groom said, okay, so what are your ideas? And I started sharing ideas. I wanted feathers to drop while, the bride was everything. I shall noticed that the mother of the groom, who first of all, the moment she saw me, had sized me up. You know that look of, what's this rubbish? She had sized me up and I felt bad, but no, hey, you person will not carry that. I had, held myself together and then did everything I wanted to do. But I noticed that she was rebuffing everything. That was when I got the sense that she was actually the person to please, not even the couple. She was the person to please. I really did. So all that meeting, when she was showing signs of disapproval, the auntie that was seated at the reception, because the hall was a hotel, their hall, so at the reception of the hall, had called me, asked what I do, how I do it, collected my card and everything. I didn't know that one was mocking me. They had told her that she's the one that planned the event. Let us just hear the rubbish that person is coming to say, so that it will not look as if our in-law provided us with events planner and we didn't go along. I didn't know that was the gist. So, they told me to go and everything. And so before I even went, that woman had stood and said, hey, so now let us start this gist. And then she has started doing everything. That was when I realized. But nobody had told me anything. So I said my goodbyes, went outside. I think at the entrance of the hotel on the road, I looked up and looked and I was like, God, this morning we will have it. This car, we will drive it too. I felt bad, but I just felt, I'm not at that level yet. But I still thought I was doing events also, because I think after then, the bride still sent me 1 or 2 things to do. I didn't know that the hard part of it, the detailed paper planning of it, they just wanted me to do it. So I'll hand over whatever it is I have done to the other woman, and we will, and then she will continue. I think that was a Friday. So it was on the Monday morning. I was on my way to my 9 to 5. Ikeja under bridge. It was about to rain. It was about 8:30 on the dot. I'm very terrible with dates. I probably would have remembered that date. The bride called and said, I'm sorry, we will not be going forward with you for this wedding. And I felt bad. I felt so bad. I can look back at it now and I can talk about it, but I felt so bad. It was so bad. I know I didn't go into depression, but I was so heavily discouraged. And for about a year after, I didn't do any other event. It took me time to build myself up to start doing events. I faced that time like, I'm not powerful enough for their Lagos event thing. Oh, and my cousin now later told me when I was narrating to him, I said, this is Lagos. You would have entered Uber. How much is Uber? You would have entered Uber and everything, but started learning the ways of Lagos. We didn't join them in doing everything they do in Lagos, but we started learning the way to Lagos. So for an event planner out there, show to impress. Don't be over the top, but show to impress. Your client wants to know that you can handle millions, even though they are pricing you 50K. They still want to know that you can handle millions. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that you can also get notifications when next I post a video, and follow me on all my social media handles. I am at The Advert Critics. Yes, I refuse to open a new account, but see you next time. Bye.